America is building a car that shouldn't exist, and almost no one is paying attention while everyone is arguing online. While timelines refresh with memes, scandals, and daily noise, something enormous is being built in silence. Not overseas, not decades from now, right here, right now. America is quietly rewriting the future of transportation and what it means to control movement itself, not with rockets, not with robots in factories, with cars, not normal cars, not electric cars, not self-driving cars as you understand them today, but machines on wheels that think, decide, predict, and act faster than any human ever could. And once you understand what these vehicles can do, you'll realize something unsettling. The future of cars isn't about getting from point A to point B anymore. It's about who or what gets to decide where you go. The car that moves before you think. Let's start with something that sounds impossible. Imagine a car that knows you're about to leave before you touch the door handle. Not because you told it, not because you scheduled it, but because it's been quietly watching patterns, your sleep cycle, your calendar behavior, your phone usage, your walking pace, your heart rate, the way you hesitate before grabbing your keys. 10 seconds before you consciously decide to go somewhere, the car has already unlocked itself, adjusted the seat, preloaded the route, and optimized traffic flow without asking permission. This isn't magic, it's prediction, and America is building vehicles designed not to react to humans, but to anticipate them. Meet the Impossible. Machine engineers call it a level beyond autonomous vehicle. Internally, they use a simpler name, the Sentinel platform. It doesn't have a steering wheel, it doesn't have pedals, and in some versions, it doesn't even have a driver's seat, because it was never meant to be driven. It was meant to decide, specs that shouldn't exist. Let's talk numbers, because this is where it stops sounding real. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 1.4 seconds. Top speed, electronically uncapped at 230 miles per hour. Range, 1,200 miles on a single charge. Recharge time, 6 minutes to 80%. Processing speed, 20 trillion calculations per second. Reaction time, 0.2 milliseconds. Human reaction time, 250 milliseconds. That means the car reacts 1,250 times faster than you do. Before your brain finishes saying, brake, the car has already modeled the collision, calculated survival probability, adjusted suspension, rerouted torque, negotiated with nearby vehicles, executed the safest outcome, all without panic, all without emotion. The car that talks to other cars. Here's the part nobody advertises. These vehicles don't operate alone. Every Sentinel-based car constantly communicates with other Sentinel vehicles, traffic infrastructure, charging stations, road sensors, weather systems, emergency networks. They share data in real time: speed, intent, trajectory, risk. If one car detects black ice, every car within 20 miles knows it in under a second. If one vehicle slams its brakes, others adjust before the brake lights turn on. Traffic jams don't form. Accidents don't cascade. The system prevents chaos before humans even realize something is wrong. Sounds incredible. Until you realize something else. You're no longer the driver, because at a certain point, the car doesn't just assist you, it overrules you. You want to speed? Denied. You want to take a risk? Denied. You want to drive while emotional, tired, or distracted? Denied. The car has access to biometric data you barely think about. Micro tremors in your hands, eye movement, irregularities, stress hormones, voice strain, decision hesitation. If it determines you're not fit to drive, it simply won't let you. No debate, no override. And here's the unsettling part. It's usually right. The end of the human error era. Human error causes over 90% of traffic fatalities. Speeding, distraction, impatience, ego. The Sentinel system removes all of it. No road rage, no drunk driving, no texting behind the wheel, no fatigue. In test cities, traffic deaths dropped by 94%. Emergency response times dropped by 60%. Insurance claims nearly vanished. From a data standpoint, it's a miracle. From a human standpoint, it raises a terrifying question. If machines drive better than humans, should humans still be allowed to drive at all? The car that knows where you'll go tomorrow. Here's where it stops being about transportation. The Sentinel doesn't just track where you are. It tracks patterns of intent. It knows which stores you frequent, which routes calm you, which roads stress you, when you're likely to go home early, when you're likely to change plans, when you're likely to be impulsive. Over time. It builds a behavioral model so accurate that it can predict your destination hours in advance, with over 90% accuracy. Not because it spies, because prediction is more efficient than reaction, and efficiency is the system's only goal. The car that never gets lost. GPS can fail. Tunnels, weather, interference. So these vehicles don't rely on GPS. They use high-resolution LiDAR, radar imaging, optical flow mapping, environmental memory, crowdsourced road intelligence. They don't navigate, they remember. Every street driven is stored, every pothole logged, every lane deviation corrected. The road becomes a living map. The economic earthquake no one is ready for now. Let's talk about the part nobody wants to say out loud. Jobs. Millions of them. Delivery drivers, taxi drivers, truck drivers, couriers, rideshare workers. The Sentinel doesn't sleep, doesn't take breaks, doesn't unionize, doesn't make mistakes. A single autonomous fleet can replace tens of thousands of drivers overnight. Entire industries vanish quietly, not with explosions, but with spreadsheets. And unlike previous automation waves, there's nowhere to move up because the system doesn't just replace labor, it replaces decision-making. The car that enforces the law. Here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. These vehicles don't just follow traffic laws, they enforce them. If the system detects reckless driving nearby, it can slow surrounding vehicles, alert authorities automatically, record multi-angle evidence, reconstruct incidents in 3D. In some pilot zones, vehicles already refuse to enter restricted areas, regardless of who's inside. No chase, no confrontation, just denial. Movement becomes permission-based when cars become infrastructure. At scale, these vehicles stop being products. They become infrastructure, like roads, like power grids, like water systems. Cities begin designing themselves around autonomous flow. Parking lots disappear. Traffic lights vanish. Lanes become dynamic. The city moves as one organism, efficient, quiet, predictable, and deeply controlled. The question no one can answer. Here's the part that keeps engineers awake at night. When a car must choose between two bad outcomes, who does it save? The passenger? The pedestrian? The greater number? These decisions aren't emotional. They're mathematical. Probability curves, survival metrics, ethical algorithms. And once those rules are set, they apply to everyone, forever. The moment humans step aside. At some point, humans stop being operators. They become passengers, then observers, then variables. The Sentinel doesn't hate humans. It doesn't fear them. It doesn't value them either. It values outcomes. And the outcomes are clear. Fewer deaths, more efficiency, less chaos. The system works. The cost, control. The future isn't loud. There won't be a dramatic announcement. No sirens, no uprising. Just a quiet moment when you realize you haven't driven yourself in years. You don't remember the last traffic jam. You don't remember choosing a route. The car already knew. And maybe that's the most unsettling part. So, where does that leave us? America isn't just building faster cars. It's building a decision system on wheels. One that sees more than you, thinks faster than you, acts without hesitation. It will save lives. It will reshape cities. It will erase jobs. And once it's everywhere, turning it off won't be an option, because the question isn't whether this future is coming. It's already here. The real question is, when the machine knows where you're going before you do, who's really in control?